Hey guys, I'm Ollie, I'm the guy with the bad English skills, and welcome to Classic Airsoft. Speaking about classic, today I brought you a real classic of Airsoft history. It is the Tokyo Marui FAMAS F1, the first AEG ever made by Tokyo Marui back in 1991. So this was a real game changer for our hobby, because back in the days everyone played with high pressured air rigs, so today called HPA, but that was a kind of different style of HPA. Today it's really innovative. Back in the days they played with classic guns connected with hoses to HPA rigs. That means big bottles of high pressured air. You have to fill it by hand with the pump and then you can use it. You didn't have 200 bar. In Europe you have, I don't know, 10, 12, 20 bar on it. So you have to refill it very often. Lots of work to have a couple hours of fun. Or you have Flon gas rigs, then you have the hose from the classic gun connected to a rig on your belt that contains two gas bottles. One is empty, one is full, then you have expansion chamber that the cool down get minimized. So yeah, to get rid of all this stuff, Tokyo Marui invented an AEG. And I think with the background from the RC model history of Tokyo Marui, that is yeah, a clever step forward. So I stop talking and we dive into it. So we have here the original Tokyo Marui packaging from back in the days of all the old guns like the M16s, AKs, HK 51 or MP5s, or you name it, everything from back in the days. So black on both sides with the name Fusil Automatique MAS 556 F1 model, a picture of a gearbox that says electric powered, so brand new back in the days. We have the hop-up sign, so this is a hop-up version, and the logo from Légion and Trégé, so the Foreign Legion. They use the real FAMAS. So I open up the box for you guys, and what's into it? The user manual. This one is the user manual from the F1 and the Super version. So that means that this special FAMAS model here is not one that runs out of the factory in 1991, because this was the very first model and they didn't know that they make some years later the Super version. So this is quite a newer model. I don't know from which date, but due to the fact this one is located in Germany and our laws changed in the early 2000s, that made it possible for us to get replicas of long rifles or military firearms. This might be from the early 2000s, so it is imported in the early 2000s into the country. So yeah. We have here battery space. Normally this comes, like I told you, Tokyo Marui, background RC cars. Back in the days there was no LiPo batteries or lithium ion, so it was nickel metal hydride or nickel cadmium. This says large type, so the FAMAS worked with a large type nickel cadmium battery. So here's some space. The AEGs the AEG won't come with a battery, it's just space that you can put a battery in here and you have the battery with your gun. Then we have an old style Tokyo Marui loading tool. That was quite common back in the days. You fill it up with your bottle of BBs. This contains normally as many BBs as you can get into the magazine delivered with the gun, in this case 60 BBs. You fill it in, put it on the magazine, push down the second rod, and you have loaded your magazine. Then we get a pack of Tokyo Marui 0.25 gram BBs, 200 BBs inside. It says heavyweight BBs. Why it says heavyweight BBs to 0.25 gram BBs? Back in the days that was the most heavy kind of BBs you could get. And then we have here the FAMAS F1. Grandfather of all AEGs. So let's unfold the bipod and place it on the table. Get rid of the packaging. Okay. So here we have the FAMAS F1. Build quality for the days is quite good. Like the real FAMAS, it's made nearly out of plastic. Nearly everything is out of plastic. You can hear some noise from the plastic. So that's what some people complain about. But if you remember from which kind of time this thing is, I think it's totally okay. For me, it's okay. So the full body is made out of plastic, pistol grip is out of plastic, the back from the body is out of plastic, and the rear butt plate is out of rubberized plastic. The iron sights are out of plastic. Then we have barrel grenade or rifle grenade sight here, that is out of plastic as well. That folds to the left as well as to the right side. The iron sights are adjustable. You can open up 2 flaps to change the inner diameter of the rear side. And then you have the front side here. You can just push it right or left to adjust this. Then we have the charging handle out of metal. If you charge it, that do nothing, or that does nothing. It's just that you have a charging handle. Yeah, okay. Even the fake bolt won't open. Then we have a low cap magazine that is made out of metal, and I really appreciate that Tokyo Marui delivered nearly every time a low cap magazine with the guns from them, because low caps are the way to go if you ask me. I hate high caps, and this spray and pray play style isn't mine, so this is a 60 rounds low cap. Then we have the outer barrel and the flash hider made out of plastic. Underneath the flash hider there is no 40mm counterclockwise threading. This one is just screwed on with a small screw. Then we have an adjustment ring for the rifle grenade, but it's just fake due to the fact we have no rifle grenade by Tokyo Marui, or I think we don't have even a rifle grenade in Airsoft. Then we have the foldable bipod. It's as well made out of metal. It snaps right into place here and there in the unfolded position. Then the trigger guard is out of metal, the trigger and the safety lever here. Speaking about the safety lever, this is not like a real FAMAS, where you can choose your firing option by putting it to the left position for automatic fire or putting it to the right position for semi-automatic fire. So this just will stay in the middle, then the weapon is safe. If you turn it to the left, you can fire. To choose the firing mode in this old FAMAS, you have a lever in the back here. So it says now off. So it means when you have a battery connected, the power is physically disconnected from the system. So the battery won't be empty due to some, I don't know the English term. So, you know, if a battery is connected with something, after some days it is empty, you know. So then you have 2 following positions. The first one is for semi-automatic fire, and the last one, the second one, or the third one in that case, is for fully automatic. So in Germany, guns above 0.5 joule like this one are limited to semi-auto only. So we don't have a full auto position, so it's semi in all the positions. Then you have a longer anti-reversal ledge, like on normal AEGs, to get off the tension from the spring after a game day. Or if you have a gearbox jam, just press the button and the jam is gone, due to the fact that the gears then can turn backwards. So yeah, that's a unique and nice feature for us in Germany, because when we have a gearbox jam, we can't switch our AEG to fully automatic, have some fun, and the jam is gone. We have to disassemble the gun, get rid of the motor, fiddling in through the motor hole with a small screwdriver or pliers, pull on the RL to get rid of the jam. So it's quite annoying, but yeah. that is what it was back in the days with these old guns as I started the hobby airsoft. Today with all the electric components like ETUs, gate tighten in the guns, you don't have the problem anymore, but I really like the old style of airsoft and the old guns. Yeah, so I forgot something. The sling attachment points on the left, right and back are out of metal as well. And as you saw previously on the beginning of this video, this gun has a hop-up as well. So that was the very first AEG with hop-up. And I mentioned there were perhaps two versions. I saw a picture from a Japanese promotion catalog that had the FAMAS with two pricings on it. So it was, I don't know, 19,800 yen and 25,500 yen. So I think there might be a FAMAS with a fixed or non-hop-up, and then a FAMAS version like this with the adjustable hop-up. I remember as well in the past days of my airsoft career I had a FAMAS without this hop-up adjustment button. So perhaps this is right, but due to the fact I can't read Japanese, it's just yeah, a suggestion from me. As you can see here, I hold the cheek piece in my hand. You have to remove it if you want to adjust the hop-up. So this one hooks in here and just snaps on it. So the rear FAMAS, you can change the ejection port from the left to the right as a righty. The ejection port on the left side makes no sense for me because I get the hot brass on my arms. So for lefty, that's the right way. So to change it, just pull it up and get it off. To get it on back on, just hook it underneath here, push it on, and that's it. So if you guys like to hear the sound without BBs, we can dry shoot it after I showed you where the battery space is. So this one is the version 1 gearbox. That is a really beefy, heavy gearbox that needs the place from here up to here. So everything between these two spots is the gearbox. And the gearbox is very well made. Nothing compared to a V233 or the newer versions. So the material thickness is way over its needs. So this makes the gearbox very rugged. I think there is no way to destroy this kind of gearbox with a spring that Tokyo Marui built in, I think M85 or 58? No, 85, huh? M85, yeah, I don't know. So it will last a lifetime. And due to the fact this is based on the base model, the first AEG ever made by a model car company, even the motor in it is out of a model car. It's the EG560. I think I told this before, I don't know. So this is the EG560, a 12-volt motor from an RC car. After the FAMAS models, they changed to the EG700. That is a different kind of motor in the shape of the AEG motors you know today. So yeah, where's the battery space? If here is no space, where's the battery going? Into the handguard. So you have this big handguard here. There's lots of space for the battery, but it's fixed. To get rid of it, just push the safety lever to the left position. Now it's in a 45-degree angle, and then you have to push it a little bit. No, it's a 90 degrees angle, and now you have to put it a little bit more forward. That releases the locking mechanism from the handguard. Now you have all this space here for battery, as the packaging mentioned before, that used with a large type battery back in the days. That's why you have that much space for battery. And now I connected, or I soldered it on a Dienst connector. Normally that gun will deliver it with a Tamiya large type connector. Yeah, like it was obviously normal for RC cars back in the day. So let's connect a LiPo battery on it. I just recommend 7.4 volt LiPos due to the fact that these old guns has nothing from the new ETU magic inside. It's just a switch assembly with switch units, some sliding contacts, and if the power is too high, you will burn your contacts. As you saw now, to refit the handguard, just slide it on, it will pops on. The firing select, not the firing select, the safety selector will go into the 90 degrees position, and then the gun is ready to go. The only thing you have to do next to shoot the gun is switch the lever on the back here from off to one of the firing positions. So I will do this. And then we can shoot the gun. So if you hear it right now, the response from the trigger isn't the very best, but it's better than I expected when I get my hands on this FAMAS back in the days. So it's okay due to the fact this is a bullpup design, and you have a wire from the trigger back to here. Here's a connection piece, and then the wire from the trigger mechanism, a second wire, goes back to the gearbox. So for this long thingies of wire, I think it's pretty nice, but it's nothing if you compare it to an AR-15 AK, a version 2, 3 or something like that. So you have to know that you have a really long trigger pull. Yeah, so then we have some markings on the FAMAS, not very much, but quite a few. On the left side we have here an R, so this is the fully automatic mode in the rear one, and the one on the right side, so that would be the semi-automatic. Due to the fact that we changed our fire modes by this lever here, as I told you guys before, there is no function on this as a fire selector, just as a safety. So this is safe, this is fire, and I disconnected or turned off the switch here to the off position, so that's why the FAMAS didn't fire now. So let's get back to the markings. The only thing we have is here on the mag wheel, FAMAS F1 556mm and some serial numbers, and ASGK Tokyo Marui made in Japan. Yeah, that's it guys. I just will get the chrono into the picture. Here I am back again. The FAMAS was sold back in the days with around 245 FPS. So let's see what the FAMAS will show us on the chrono. Therefore I fill up the magazine with some 0.2 gram Garda plastic BBs, and then we chrono the thing. Safety glasses, cause safety first. We insert the magazine, then we turn on the FAMAS, and let's see. 242.4, 242.6, 242.8, 242.5, 243, 243.1, 232.5, 233, 233, 233.1, 242.8. So I think that's enough. So we have nearly the FPS that they promised back in the days if you bought the FAMAS. So the chrono readings are with hop-up set to 0.2 gram BBs, so I think that's quite good. It's not very powerful, but it was the very first AEG by Tokyo Marui, and I think we have to see this as a piece of history. Thanks for watching, see you next time.